was, spouting her ignorance. But guess what the Chicago Police Department did though. Let me see if I can share this, cause this is great for all you angry people out there that felt that looting it's a form of reparation. I ain't got nothing because I ain't doing nothing to get nothing, basically. So I got plenty of time to get up and go loot, but it just wasn't them. I saw a dude get out of Escalade and run into some stores. So maybe he was just opportunistic. But your police department, Chicago Police Department, has decided that these people's faces should be put up on the screen. And so, well, if you're over on the Facebook side, as always, we encourage you to click the link that we have posted and come over to the YouTube side, click the subscribe button, click the notification button, and then you don't have to do nothing. When we go live, you get the notification, you click, then you come right on. Same as you are on Facebook, but on the YouTube side, you will get to see the illustrations that I have on the screen because your police department has decided, let's put the pictures up of all the looters. Let's show the faces of the little ignorant people that will now be getting charged with felony counts of burglary and felony counts of looting and felony thoughts of retail theft. They putting your name out there. This offender's name is Brittany Smith. She's 28 of the 2700 block of North Hamlin. Who else we got here? Gabrielle McGriff, 29 of the 1400 block of West 79th Street in Chicago. They all getting felony counts. And if they already had a record, yeah, some of them going to jail. Hey, Kathy, thanks for joining. So if you want to see this list of people, just go to chicagopolice.org, do a search for looting, and you can see everybody that was arrested. I think they arrested 103 people. And I'm not going to feel sorry for any of them. You're not going to justify your ignorance by, oh, this was an opportunity. No, because you're not going to do nothing with it. You're going to get out here and still be a part of that game and put your families in jeopardy. Because what if these people got kids, and I'm sure some of them got kids. Now daddy got to go to jail. Now mama got to go to jail. So you put your family in the worst position. That's my position on it. The little Black Lives Matter girl screaming, oh, this is reparation because they got insurance. Shut up, Jesse Jackson. You didn't start the Black Lives Matter movement. Neither did you, little chocolate girl. It was started by white people. We talked about this last week. White people started the Black Lives Matter movement. They also started the NAACP because it's always like we got to be a part of you all's standing up for yourself because you don't know how to do it, so we have to give you examples. We get sick and tired of that. We played a clip from Malcolm in the beginning. It just talks about the brainwashing of us that we can't do anything without these other people. I refuse to be a part of stuff that has other people in leadership. Call me ignorant. That's just the way I feel about it when it comes to black people. I had a discussion with a young man, and he wanted to argue me down that Malcolm wanted to unify with these other people when he came back from Mecca. And I said, no, that's not what he said. He said, I'm starting my new organization. White people, you can help us, but you can't join. There can be no black and white unity until there's black unity. I told him, I said, go research that. Go study that. Don't tell me about Black Panthers and all this because I'm way too old and I'm in that generation where the hurt and pain and the design for the progression of black people was still being passed down. I think after the early 80s, that stopped happening. So now we got these people, a lot of people just want to be a part of something. I just want to go down here so I can say, oh man, we was down there, we went to so and so and we did this and we did that. We was a part of the movement, man. We was in there. That's what you get a lot of groups doing and saying, oh, there's an event. This is our group. We got to have something for our group. So when we talk to other groups, we were a part of this movement. That's what's happening out here, and people don't get it. I got a young daughter too, and sometimes she does some things or says some things, which I be like, nah. And I'll try to reel in just like I try to reel everybody else in and say, look at it this way. Like I said, I get people coming to my shop all the time. That's why I've been cutting it kind of close, but I wanted to do it at 7:30 tonight because I got some other stuff to do, another video call to do. But it's not a form of reparation that you're destroying and tearing up stuff. It doesn't help anybody else. Reparations is going to help everybody. You looting the store doesn't help everybody. You tearing up your neighborhood doesn't help anybody. And then you point the finger at other people and the way they live. So what? Because they've made a choice and made a decision, this is how we're going to live as Asian people across this country. This is how we're going to live as Jewish people. This is how we're going to live as Latin people. We made the choice of, and people say, well, it wasn't a choice. No, it wasn't a choice years ago with the redlining and everything. Integration was probably the worst thing that ever happened to us because when we could leave, we got up and leave, and we left others to suffer and struggle. So I definitely believe that has happened. But what? I'm sorry. I'm looking at this Facebook side because I hate the way that they do stuff now too. Because again, I cannot see anything on that screen. Just perfect, right? So I'm not ignoring people over there. If anybody's making comments or anything like that, I just can't see with this new format they got because I'm not on the phone doing it. I'm doing it from a computer. Okay, I see a comment from Kathy, so I see one thing over there. So we got this situation in America where we have allowed our kids to run amok without knowledge of self, without knowledge of the devils that we have to constantly deal with or be around, and without a clear message. There was a issue over west, 57 in Aberdeen, that supposedly sparked this whole looting thing. I think Father Flager and some other people came out, and you know, I love Father Flager. I'll say he's a good white man. He does a lot for the community. He takes a lot of flack from other white people. But he's not the black leader. I don't want him to be the black leader, and he doesn't want to be the black leader. It's a shameful thing when there are no people that will stand up for black people. It's shameful that we're always waiting on someone to save us, and now we think just because Biden has chose Kamala Harris for a running mate, and I'm going to put her face on the screen in case people don't know who she is, but I'm sure everybody should know by now. I'm going to stick her up there with that smile. Did she win any black sections during the presidential bid for the nomination? Didn't she drop out kind of early too? So we got Biden playing these political games with people, and it's not like we really have a choice. So that's why we're talking choice or no choice. I call her Obama light. The 8 years that Obama was in office, worst 8 years of my life. Not so much because of him, but because of the behavior of the underground racists that exist in this country, that made decisions about your life and their companies and how they were going to run it, regardless of your degrees, regardless of how smart you are, regardless of anything you did. Nigga, we still in charge. And we don't want to hear anything about what Obama did for everybody. Yes, he saved the economy. Great. He signed a lot of bills for the LGBTQ. Great. He didn't kick anybody out across the board. He kept it at a certain numbers. Great. What do you do for black people? Oh, well, he made it easier for you to get some loans. Did he sign the reparations bill? No, he didn't. Did Trump sign the reparation bill? No, he didn't. Is Kamala or Joe Biden even talking about reparations, or even thinking anybody in government even thinking about signing any type of bill? No, they're not. So why are we even excited about this situation? As far as I'm looking at it, it's like this situation is grease or no grease. Do you want to keep getting screwed over by Donald Trump and the Republicans and the Democrats? Let's lump them all together with the nonsense and the way that things have been handled. Because if we haven't seen enough of how this man is handling things and how everybody's stuck with a crisis now because of the mishandling and the defunding by him of the CDC and other government agencies where they were putting things in place. Obama had something in place already in case of an outbreak, because they knew eventually there would be a worldwide outbreak, because they happen about every 100 years. So, but I still hear people saying, oh, no, I'm going to vote for Trump. They don't say why. They just want to be ignorant. No, I just want to be ignorant. What policies has he instituted that are helping you? Well, I think he making people got to get up and really do something for themselves, or otherwise they don't need to have anything. Cause I get up and work. I get up and do this. That's cute. Trump don't give a fuck about any of us, because he going back to being rich even if he loses. I think he's already given Kamala a name. He's already talked about her being a dirty woman and some other stuff. So this is just going to be an entertaining back and forth of mudslinging. She'll tell you, oh, my parents walked with Dr. Martin Luther King. And we all know that even though the white people had chosen Dr. King as a person to really deal with, Dr. King was losing a lot of support and had lost a lot of support. Not that his message was wrong. It was just a time where people were just tired of the BS. And then he also got to a point of being tired of the BS, and he spoke out on that BS. Even when speaking out on the war in Vietnam, which, you know, everybody was kind of speaking out on it because it was ridiculous. They'll never tell you about the large amount of the disproportionate amount of people that were being sent, which were a lot of young black men were being sent at a higher rate than young white men to die in another country that was doing nothing to you, but they get you with the patriotism. Put your hand on your heart. You're an American, damn it. And that's what they're finna tell you all with this Harris-Biden ticket. It's just slightly better than the Trump-Pence ticket. I really don't expect anything for us, but let's ask for some things. See what we get. Because as far as I'm concerned, during this time of upheaval and the things that are going on in America, if we're not asking for everything that we want, or even demanding everything that we want. If we're not willing to shut down the country, because now everybody is getting kind of quiet because the devil is patient. Oh, they're a little riled up. Let's let them simmer down a little bit. Okay, there y'all go. There y'all go. There you go, you nice niggas. Y'all can quiet on back down now. It's a good thing. Don't worry about it. We gonna get to y'all. We got this COVID-19 thing spreading across the world. Disproportionately for you all. Spreading more in Africa now. But we want to distract y'all with talks about Russia and China meddling in the upcoming election, and they ain't even started yet. My question is, when are we going to wake up? I do believe that our internal problem is what's keeping us down. It's us covering for the criminals that are in our households, making excuses. Well, you know, he's this going on with him and this going on with him. Yeah, but I see him outside every day. If he can go outside and hustle, he can go outside and hustle up a job. Oh, well, he was making so much money doing this. Yeah, but he was destroying black people. Let's call it what it is. You're selling drugs in the community. You are destroying lives in the community. You are destroying the community. You are gang banging and a part of the drug trade. Yes, then you are destroying the community. Let's stop BSing. It doesn't happen in other neighborhoods as much because they don't allow it to. That's why when you turn on TV and their stores have been looted, you see them out there as a community. Oh, this is terrible. Let's come together as a community. We're going to rebuild, and we're going to get those Negroes, put their faces all over the news so everyone will know who they are. Now you got 3 felonies. Then you're going to blame everybody, well, the system is keeping me from getting a job and everything. Because now I got 3 felony counts. No, I did a show about a month ago, said oppression didn't make you kill your brother. We understand the idea, then why aren't we all killers? Because if we're all being under the oppressed system, then we all should think alike and be alike, right? We should all become killers because you're saying your oppression says you can kill people. Your oppression says I can loot and destroy the neighborhood without any regard. I don't give a damn about Lori Lightfoot. I feel like she's a pawn in their game too, and the way she played Willie Wilson after he delivered the black vote to her, didn't take the man's calls. Oh, that's not shameful. That's not that shit. But we sit around constantly, and we just keep sitting around with the politics. You gotta sit here with the politicians and have these conversations and fight over the few crumbs that they give us. We know what happened in Chicago. Lincoln Yards got $2 billion. $800 million of that was TIF money. That's supposed to be for blighted areas, urban blighted areas. No. You know how much we get for our little area to fight over? Like $8 million. We'll put $8 million into this reinvestment corridor. Y'all fight over that. Because it's all about the show with y'all. Y'all not about the serious money. Y'all not about standing up and holding people's feet to the fire. Y'all like the show. Y'all like the BS. Y'all like the Kamala Harris Biden show that's about to take place because this is going to make us feel good. And she's a great woman of color. let's rally behind her because you basically don't have a choice. You gonna vote for Trump? You gonna make that choice? That's fucked up. Really, it's really messed up that we have to choose a candidate that's not of our choosing, that we weren't trying to vote for in the first place. But he makes that move because it gets him the immigrants. It gets him the black women. It gets her the kumbaya moment with the white women. And it really gets them someone who's willing to fight and go more toe to toe with Trump than Biden is. Who knows? Something happens to Biden, she could step in and be the first president, but we not gonna say black. She can say I'm the first, but she's Jamaican, Indian descent, or whatever she wants to call herself. It's the politics are just hilarious to me. I'm going to open these phone lines for a few minutes. 872-267-2552 if you have a comment. If you want to talk about this, 872-267-2552. I don't even know if I got my phone line on. It's set to vibrate, but now it's set to on. I mean, what are you going to do? Is anybody just happy with this situation? Or are we all just looking forward to getting Donald Trump out? And I tell people be cautious because we didn't expect the man to win in the first place. And then he won. That's the scary thing. Then he won. So he could win again. He didn't expect to win. I saw the whole look on his face. He hadn't even rented a space to give a political speech or anything. They threw it together at the last second. And all the yahoos were running around like, woohoo! We got them niggas game, boy. Put them in their place. We about to make America great again. Because it only can be great under a white man. Because that black man that we had for 8 years, no matter how good he did, and how he brought the economy and he set it on the right path and money was coming in already, we let this good white man come in here and act like this man didn't do anything for the country. Now, if he would have said didn't do anything for black people, I would have been in total agreement. But he didn't do anything for the country. Now, he bailed everybody out, killed all the leaders, Gaddafi and all them. Destabilized the Middle East. Also, America could try to step in and push their will because we are the terrorists of the world. We are the bullies of the world. And we know that, but, you can't say anything about that. These people we killed were terrible. Yeah, some of them were. Saddam Hussein. Got him. Got Gaddafi. That snugglehead that blew up the towers, I can't remember his name no more. Bin Laden. So under the regime of Obama, got all those people. Cleaned them up. Gave Israel some money. Like I say, helped out the gays. Helped out all this deportation stuff. It wasn't really going on as heavy. The only people that he didn't do anything for was the black people. And we had 8 years, and we should be real ashamed that we didn't have an ask. We didn't say nothing about the H.R. 40 bill that John Lewis had out there for decades of pushing it through. And I was at an event with Dr. Claude Anderson, who said there was something written and presented to President Obama, and he refused to sign it. refused to sign something toward the reparation of black people. And all the politicians say, no, it'll cost too much. We can't do it. We're not going to do it. But now they're spending trillions of dollars to trying to get life back to the way it was. And I want everybody to stop with this COVID's not real thing. Ask the dead people, is it real? I don't care what underlying condition they had if they died because COVID was a contributing factor. They're dead. This thing is probably not going to be over for another 18 months, realistically. Sports needs to shut down completely. I wasn't watching football no damn way. We need to take a stronger approach on how we're handling this, because the mishandling of it is what allows it to continue to spread. I think we got 5 million confirmed cases in America. People are dying for real. They're not dying for fake. They're dying for real. So everybody, think about it. Be safe. It doesn't hurt. Okay, say it's a fake and put your mask on anyway. How about that? Be smart. I wasn't even going to talk about COVID-19, but you know that just touched my mind and my heart to say something, so I said something. So it's about 97 days to Election Day. I really don't care if you vote or not. I just don't want to hear you complaining if Trump gets back in. If he continues his madhouse things, you know, I had to get to the point of just stop watching the man on TV. I haven't seen him on TV in a while because I just turned the channel because I just can't take it anymore. And like I said, I don't expect to be too much better under Biden and Camilla, however she pronounced her name. But we're going to keep it moving no matter who in office, because we ain't got a choice. But maybe one day we'll think we got a choice and we'll sit down together and we'll get some unity. Or we'll get some love, or some peace, or some soul. We out of here.
Step out of the car.
Do not have the right to do that.
I do have the right. Now step out or I will remove
I
you.
refuse to talk to you other than to identify myself.
Step
Now if you're woman ain't no revolutionary, should persuade you to be a fucking slave for the rest of your days. Should be grooming you on how to behave, teaching you how to coon and buck dance so that you can be safe. If that brother ain't no rider, soldier, no provider, molder of young minds, check it out, you got yourself a bitch. Think about the time that you invested in him. If he's wearing them skinny jeans, you a lesbian. For every 100 black women who ain't locked up, it's only 83 black men remaining. Take away 1.5 million black men who might have benefited they women and their children. You don't know a war when it's waged against you, when it makes you drive your baby mama to the clinic just to kill your own. Ain't no legacy to leave behind, cause ain't nobody sitting on your throne. You motherfuckers are asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't stop, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, you asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't fight, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, nigga. Sandra Bland was a rider. She wouldn't have committed suicide and you a motherfucking liar. It would not be wise to stop when you hear sirens and you see the police behind you, but you don't wanna die. They gon' shoot you if you run. They gon' say that you was going for the police gun. That's why they shot you like 120 times, but you was still coming, so they put another bullet in your lung. Them devils got you praying while they murder, because they know you on that bullshit. They steady with them bull clips and body armor. They kill your women in the street, cause they figure you too weak to do anything about it. You some shit, getting fucked in your sleep. They poison you every time you brush your teeth. You don't care, you behave like a slave. A bitch from the cradle to the grave, on your knees with your hands out, begging cause you want to be saved. Motherfuckers are asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't stop, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, you asleep in a war zone. Living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't fight, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, nigga.